I am joined now by Steve Goncalves, who has spent the last year trying to put the pieces back together of his life and his family since the horrible crime that was committed at the University of Idaho. Steve, thank you for being with me. It's so hard to join you because of the circumstances that we always talk about, and especially on a day like today. First and foremost, does it even feel like it's been a year?
It's gone by sometimes fast, and other times it's just dragged on. Couldn't come fast enough. We'd always hoped out that there would be a schedule at a year, that we would know the dates, that we would be eventually going to court for this. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. So, it kind of feels like it's a slow process at this point.
If you had to write the book about what it's like for you and your family to have gone through this, one day you're just like the rest of us, and the next day you know more than almost all of us will ever know. What would that lead chapter be?
For us and our family, we're a pretty large family, so we couldn't really hide from this. The girls had online presence. They always will. It's just the way life is these days. So I just jumped ahead, and we became active participants in the investigation. Nobody knows their sister like her brother and her sisters. So we just kind of rallied together and just said, what are the account passwords? Log on to these things, start getting information, gathering it up, and we'll work with the investigators, and we'll turn this thing around as fast as we possibly can. I think we went from being victims to, being actively involved in this. Once we realized that we had some of the footage before even the officers did, like the grub food and all that we had contacted the driver, we had a sense that we were moving fast, and we could be active in this, and we could make a difference.
Did you ever feel, however, once you became active and then became the subject of unfair online social media? This is now sort of what we deal with in our day and age. Did you ever feel like just retreating back into the shadows and staying quiet and waiting for this process to play out?
Sure, you might think about it, but I think about what my daughter went through, and it snaps me out of feeling sorry for myself and lets me know that I have a job to do. It's my job to protect my daughter, and there's only so much I can do now, but I need to do as much as I possibly can. And even if it's inconvenience, if people are going to attack me, that's fine. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. These people wouldn't say a lot of that stuff if you were there in person. Everyone feels like their opinions are a little bit louder when they're online. And it's just natural. I mean, I don't worry about it. I'm trying to protect my kids. So if they attack me, if they're focused on me, then they're not focused on them. And when I was less vocal, they were getting psychics and all these crazy people coming after them, trying to contact them. So I was like, guys, there's a place for you, but let's try to stay away from some of this stuff online and direct them towards me. And, we'll vet them out. My lawyer vets people out, make sure that they have the right backing and they are who they say they are, stuff like that.
It's like they have no filter, or they want to be relevant in some way, no matter what the cost. Between our pictures, there are pictures of Kaylee flashing, and she's just beautiful and vibrant, and her smile just was so electric. And this is all we know about your daughter. What can you tell us that we don't know about Kaylee?
Well, you review all your kids, and each kid has their own narrative in their story. Kaylee was one that was going to shake the world. When she had her job, her direct manager shared some of the notes from behind the scenes. She did some presentations, and the vice president of the company was like, "This Kaylee girl's very impressive. I keep seeing her and I keep hearing her name. Where are we going to put her?" and we're going to definitely bring her on because she was doing an internship. And she didn't see those things. She never got to see those because this was behind the scenes. These guys provided this information to us after all this. So I feel like she really was going to change the world, and she did change the world. And that's part of the reason why we're out here talking. And we have our own family page. We're getting photos and videos and stories of people who spent their time with her. I've yet to come across somebody who has had anything negative to say, which people think, oh, no one will tell you that. But I mean, I got siblings, and they'll tell stories about their brother or their sister. They're not going to hold back. So I think she found a way to live in a big family and learned the right ways to get along with people. And that showed later on in her life when she was able to go to college and meet all these people.
I want to ask you one last question. Have you prepared for life after a trial?
Yeah, me and my son, we're going to be going to Puerto Rico. We're going to be looking at some real estate out there. We spent a lot of time in the Caribbean. The girls love the Caribbean. So, yeah, we look forward to the day that this is over and we could just disappear into a small community and we don't have to deal with any of this drama or go through any of this stuff anymore.
Steve Goncalves, our thoughts, our hearts, and our prayers are with you and your family. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.